Okay, so you see it. Your face is changing shape. But here's the question. What can you actually do about it? Because most people I see, they explain away face changes with 3 of the same lines all the time. The triangle of youth becomes the pyramid of age. Right here, the triangle of youth. High cheekbones, full cheeks, and defined jawline. On the right, you can see what we call worry lines. That might be a bit of a misnomer. Frown lines, crow's feet, nasolabial folds, a top complaint, smile lines, and what we call a double chin, or you see jowls. Wrinkles are not aging her. Number 1, they'll say, I'm just aging. Number 2, they'll say, I'm tired today. And number 3, this is the one no one likes to admit out loud. Why does my face look different? Because I swear it didn't look like this last month. But what if the reason your face looks different isn't age, exhaustion, or a bad photo? What if it's something deeper that's happening? Now, why aren't you told what to do about it from mainstream media or providers, influencers? Well, it's simple. This is the first generation where we're actually aging like this because your mother didn't see these same face changes, not like we're seeing now. So mainstream does not know actually what to tell you. But if one simple change you can make can reshape it, wouldn't you want to know? Well, I've spent over 25 years studying faces, shaping them, treating them, developing solutions, and teaching doctors worldwide. Let's look here at Brooke. Examine the face changes for yourself. It likely strikes you now that neither face really has a wrinkle problem. But the one on the right looks older. Remember, losing fat makes you look tired, but losing bone makes you look old. And now look at Cameron here. Do you think a wrinkle aged them? One similar to the ones you are chasing to remove? Not at all. It's the face shape first and foremost that you're noticing. Now, me too. I'm not picking on anyone specifically. Of course, I see it in myself, in my face as well. But look closely at Brooke here. Temporal hollowing, narrowing of the face. Look around the nose and the mouth. That's a huge one. That's maxillary bone remodeling and the concertina effect of involution of the face. And it's why some women especially seek that lip lift. You don't see men look for it. Explain that in a moment. It's what we call the piriform aperture that's remodeling. And look at the jawline. Of course, you guys are going to say, well, she maintained her jawline. But here's the key thing. You see that platysma band right here? Well, patients walking in, they're going to say, Doc, that's really bothering me, that little band on the neck. But that's the mistake. The band has nothing to do with it. It's the face shape, and people perseverate on that one band. But if you look at it, that's not what's aging her. Keep that subtlety in mind when you go see your provider. It's why the facial assessment is key. On we go. I use celebs in these cases because you've been staring at them for decades, so that gives you a perfect reference point for what you're looking at. And let's be real, I know it, you probably like seeing them more than you actually want to see me, but we'll save that therapy session for another day. So today I'm going to show you why your face is changing shape faster than ever before, what's actually driving these changes, and importantly, what you can do about it. Before we go deeper, there's something about aging almost no one wants to talk about. And it immediately explains why your face can look the same for years and then change, boom, all at once. It turns out aging does not happen in a smooth, continuous line. It's not a gentle continuum. Rather, it's happening in stages, in jumps, in sudden shifts that feel like they came out of nowhere. Think of it like the Tour de France, but for your face. There are long, flat stages where nothing really dramatically happens. Everything looks stable, and then suddenly your face hits a mountain range. One steep climb that changes the entire race. That's how aging works. Long periods of stability followed by a sudden shift in, here it is, fat, bone, hormones, and structure. And it can feel, therefore, like it happened overnight. But it was a stage your face was preparing for the whole time. SHIFTS, shifts. an acronym I made for my patients to make sense of all of this so they remember it, and it stands for the top considerations you need to know. Number 1, structural. Number 2, hormonal. Number 3, inflammatory. Number 4, fat. Number 5, toxins. More on these later, but now let's look at what's actually changing underneath the surface. Because you've been taught that aging is mostly about wrinkles, like I showed in the picture of the celebrities before. Skin texture, sun exposure, maybe dehydration even. But none of those really explain why your face feels different, why it looks structurally different, or why the shape changes long before those lines appear. But before you do anything about it, you need to understand the next piece of the puzzle. Because if you miss this, everything you're doing right now will work actually against you. The foundation, facial fat pads. You see, your face is built on a network of fat pads, distinct fat compartments that create lift, contour, and the rounded softness we associate with youth. I call it the baby face. And here's something most people never hear. There isn't just fat, there are different types of fat in your body. The fat in your face is structural fat. It's designed to hold up your features, lift, support expression, and shape the contours of your cheeks, eyes, and jawline. Now, it's completely different from the body fat around your waist or hips. But here it is, after your mid-30s and especially after 40, these support pads begin to shrink and to shift. That's why cheeks flatten, under eyes hollow, smile lines they deepen, and the jawline it softens. But your midsection waist, down in here, this region, it widens. This isn't your skin misbehaving, it's a scaffolding underneath changing its shape. But there's a second force that's accelerating everything, the estrogen crash, because the hidden driver of facial shape is hormones. And your fat, especially in your face, produces estrogen, and it's why many of you take estrogen cream. Estrogen isn't just about hot flashes or mood or memory. It builds and maintains youthful facial fat. It supports collagen, and here it is, it supports bone. It regulates hydration, elasticity, and the way your face holds volume. Sound familiar? Volume. That's what everyone gets fillers for, to add the volume back. But those are synthetic. We don't want that. When estrogen drops as early as in your 40s, people are horrified to hear that it happens around late 30s. You lose 3 pillars of facial shape all at once: fat volume, collagen support, and the bone structure. That's why face changes can change suddenly, dramatically within a year. In fact, within months. And again, different types of fat matter here. Estrogen loss strips the structural fat far more quickly than the deeper body fat. So your face can hollow while your weight barely changes. Let me repeat that, it's important. Your face can hollow while your weight in your body barely even changes. In fact, your weight shifts to where? Your midsection, right? Frustrating, I know. Even with perfect hormones, you're still not safe from early facial aging because the modern world introduces a third force, and most people follow it. They do this because they think it's healthy. And here's where the real change you can make begins. The habits you were praised for are in fact making it worse. And I know this is where things get uncomfortable because yes, the very habits you've been told are good for you, the ones repeated by wellness coaches, beauty influencers, and yes, even medical professionals, unfortunately, will reshape your face faster than aging itself. The wrong way. Long distance running, extreme fasting, the GLP-1 medications, think Ozempic and Wegovy, those type, crash dieting, rapid weight loss. All of these burn fat, but the body doesn't get to choose which fat it burns. And this is the important part. The body fat and then the structural fat that holds up your cheeks, that supports your eyes, defines that jawline. Well, when you put the body into fat burning state, it takes from everywhere and the structural fat is burned quickly, more quickly. So yeah, You can get healthier in your body and your lab work and still lose volume in your face, because when the body burns fat, it doesn't get to choose where it comes from. And thus, when that support fat disappears, the face changes shape instantly. But fat and hormones still aren't the deepest layer. Underneath everything lies the foundation that holds the entire face together. Can you name it? Because you know it right now, right? It's called bone. You see, I call bone the invisible collapse because you don't see it happening. Unless, of course, you got that DEXA scan that I told you everyone should be getting. It's like your cheekbones are calling the HR department because they're feeling unsupported. And honestly, they're not wrong. Comment below, did you have your DEXA scan? Because your facial bones determine your overall shape far more than your skin ever will. This creates a shifting foundation that the skin and fat simply follow along for. They lose what's draping them up. That's why everyone gets cheek fillers, because that does lift the face and the jawline. I'll tell you easier, more natural ways in a second, but bone loss isn't only age-related. It accelerates with the hormonal decline, nutritional deficiencies, and loss of muscle load. If your face looks longer, like I showed you in the celebrity pictures, flatter, or more collapsed, it's not your imagination, therefore it's structure. What can you do? And as we go through this, recall each element I told you about, and you'll see why the holistic approach always beats the surgical approach. It's not even close, because surgery removes skin. It does not make the skin thicker, brighter, or more shapely. Most people don't realize that. And facelifts, the first one will last you 6 to 10 years, the next one 4 to 6 years, and declining from there. You always see post-surgical before and afters at when? 2 weeks and 2 months, because the swelling from the surgery takes 6 months to go away, and that early swelling makes the face look good and shapely. But look at post 1 year surgery. Often people are disappointed that they went through all of that because the shape doesn't maintain. Surgery does not change your face shape. It pulls the skin and removes it. Number one, address your food, your nutrients, your hydration, and your electrolytes. The first stage of aging and the first stage of reversing it is definitely your food. The nutrients you put in, the hydration that your skin holds, the bounce, the electrolytes you replenish. Your face can't build structure if the canvas is starving. Hydrated, well-nourished skin, that's going to show a 25% increase in smoothness, and that's studied. Like that post-facelift swelling we mentioned, that's what electrolyte and hydration for the skin does. I did say losing estrogen makes you lose your hydration. More on that in a second. But first, here are the top missed elements I see with clients with regard to this. What do they miss doing? And luckily, these are inexpensive ones too. A, it's their diet. You see, when I'm overseas, it's different. We eat a lot of broths. Essentially, that's a hydrating super collagen bowl. Those broths with the noodles and everything. But in Western diets, we barely eat those. B, people miss Korean sheet masks. Why? Why would you need them? Because they create an occlusive hydration, forced hydration. It's a sealed environment and it forces the moisture and the nutrients into the skin, and it's far more effective than open air products that you just put on. They lock in hydration, they protect against environmental stressors, and they deliver absorption no matter the climate you're around. So if it's dry, if it's moist, whatever it is, the sheet mask levels the playing field for everyone, like a subtle face filter when you take them off. Those using them, comment below. You know this is the case. Number two, strength training and creatine. This improves bone density and the muscles that hold the face up. Here's my complete video on how to glow dose creatine, how to get that subtle filtered skin without the bloating, stomach upset, and weight gain that some people get with creatine, and no hair loss. We supplement with creatine powders or with gummies to titrate it because our natural production of creatine declines with age, especially for women. You make less, you store less, your cells perform differently without it. You need it. Number three, addition of hormones for those who qualify. Estrogen support influences what? Collagen, fat distribution, moisture, skin color, lip color, and the features of attraction. And yes, Estrogen influences that dreaded bone loss we talked about. Your face, of course, also gets osteoporosis and loses bone, not just your hip and spine. When I had my DEXA scan, that's where they studied my hip and my spine. But your face loses it. So if you get your DEXA and you find that your hip and spine are low, it's almost certain your face is too. Even more in the face. You know why? The face doesn't see resistance. It's on a bobble. So it has a shock absorber. Your spine and your hip, they see resistance and it ends up building your bone. But your face doesn't have that feature. And good news here, the FDA is absolutely switching the story to what it should be. For years, hormones were withheld from women, but not anymore. I made a complete video here so you understand the switch from the FDA, and one here all about how to use hormones and estrogen creams for the face. Number 4, this is inexpensive, proper gua sha technique. This is what a gua sha device looks like, and you can have one with vibration like this, you can hear that, and even red light, and an area for bone and vibration to work the bone. Proper gua sha technique done correctly, and I have a free course on it, it improves circulation, it reduces puffiness, balances muscle tension, and enhances natural face contours. I believe it also enhances the bone. I'll do a complete video on that and some of the data for that. But it's so important in a routine, I made a free course for you and I'll link it to the top of the comment section and in the more information section below this video. Or you can always simply go to my store.rajanimd.com. Under education, I have many other free courses for you as well, including Derma Roller, a glycation chart, much more. We like free on this channel. And number 5, and this is a big one, and mainstream clinics, they're just learning about it. Hailey Bieber even spoke about it recently, and I covered that in a short, exactly what she's getting and what she talked about. But it's regenerative treatments. Think PRF, and then that's an all-natural one. And then there's synthetic ones as well. Think Sculptra would be one of those. And then you have the other ones that are regenerative like PDRN, salmon sperm facials, exosomes, and so on. I have videos on all of them. But Sculptra and PRF, they rebuild the deeper foundation, not just the surface like the exosomes and the PDRN, skin boosters, flash fillers. They do the surface, but Sculptra and PRF are deeper foundational. I'll link the most comprehensive webinar I've ever done on this at the end of the video. I did it with my friend in Beverly Hills facial plastic surgeon, Dr. Kian Karimi, and you can see his take on it as well and what's happening with it in Hollywood. Number 6, be cautious with heat-based devices. Used correctly, they're excellent, of course. Used incorrectly, they'll melt facial fat. You can now do these devices at home even, and I have complete tutorials on these as well, complete playlists so you can follow along and have a safe guide to follow of what to use and how to use them. In general, you don't want the temperatures getting above 43 degrees centigrade for your face. So your face didn't just age, it changed shape because the architecture underneath changed. And once you understand those deeper layers, fat, hormones, bone, and daily habits, you can take real control of how you age. You're now going to want to watch this video that I promised you to keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.